Hey guys, what's going on? It is Ash here coming at you today in Raid Shadow Legends. Today we're going to talk about one of the most difficult champions, one of the most rare champions, although she's a legendary, to get in the game. It is a Void Affinity single target nuker, and she's one of the best in the game. Although she is single target, she can actually kill two enemies in really kind of one turn because one of her main hard-hitting abilities actually procs an extra turn. So let's go ahead and take a look at Cruetraxa. First of all, apologies if I'm a little bit lower key today, a little bit lower volume. I have a sleeping child in the room next to me, so my apologies. Hopefully you guys are, I can't believe it's not the weekend yet. I keep thinking it is the weekend right now. Maybe by the time that some of you guys are watching this video, it is, but hopefully you do have a nice one. I will be moving this weekend, so yeah. No one likes moving, do they? All right, so where am I going? Where am I going here? Okay, we're gonna go check out Cruetraxa. So Cruetraxa, first of all, check out the aesthetic of Cruetraxa, guys. She is a really, to me, she's one of the coolest looking champions, certainly the coolest looking demon spawn. I mean, look at those kind of dreadlock like that weave she's got going on there. And that helmet, I just think the body, everything about her aesthetically is awesome. We don't comment a lot on the looks of these champions, but I figured I just pointed it out. She's one of the cooler champions in my opinion. Again, very difficult to get. To be honest with you guys, when I don't have a video pre-recorded like the day before, I'm just gonna start doing guides on all of these champions that I own, and I've never done a guide on before for you guys, so that's the case with Cruetraxa. And in terms of skills, let's take a look at it. She's a 4-hitter with an ignore 50% of enemy defense on dire perforation. That's her A1. This thing hits really hard, enough to kill pretty much anybody, certainly enough to kill Rotos. She is a Rotos killer with her A1, and she can kill Siphi with her A2, which makes her just an incredible champion. She can also, well, let's talk about her A2. A 4-hitter, ignore 50% defense on her A1. On her A2, Curse of Ripening, attacks one enemy, has a 50% chance, 75% chance when booked of placing a weaken debuff for 2 turns, and then has a 75% chance of removing 2 random buffs from the target, and then grants an extra turn. This ability is insane. It's what makes her one of the most feared nukers in the game, specifically in the arena, but also in dungeons. The beautiful thing about this A2 is not only does it hit incredibly hard, we're talking 120 to 200k plus damage in the arena. It's a very hard-hitting ability, but also on top of that, she gets an extra turn. Also on top of that, she places the weaken, the strong version of the weaken debuff. Also on top of that, the 50% chance or 75% chance of removing 2 random buffs from the target is amazing because you can kill unkillable targets. It will remove those debuffs before it does damage to the target. So I'm thinking Skull Crown. No worries on Skull Crowns if you have a Cruetraxa on your team. You start out with Skull Crown, boom, 1 hit, 1 kill, even with the unkillable proc from Skull Crown. So really nice to have this ability. So what you do with her is you open up with the A2, the Curse of Writhing, you choose your enemy, boom, dead, and then she gets another turn immediately, and then 4 hits, ignoring 50% of enemy defense. It's a really hard-hitting ability. Again, you can kill your second opponent and take 2 enemies out of the equation before they even have a chance to go, providing you go first on the team. If you don't go first on the team, she might get targeted because she's a very squishy champion. However, she does have a Revive on Death passive. Okay, Rite of Rebirth. Plays a Revive on Death buff on this champion. I have no idea why I'm holding a pen. Listen here, children. Revive on Death buff on this champion for 2 turns at the beginning of each round. Place a Revive on Death buff on this champion for 1 turn when this champion kills an enemy with a critical hit. Does not occur with Spiderlings. I love how they added that kind of caveat to her skill set. So that is her Rite of Rebirth. This was bugged for a while. She was not placing it appropriately, not placing it enough, but now they fixed that in the last champion, or in the last update, I should say. Aura is ally attack in all battles by 24%. Usually most people who have Cruetraxa have a better attack aura than that, such as like Royal Guard, so I don't see a lot of people running her in lead, but she has it if you need it, okay? So really good champion. However, she is a little bit niche in her role. You can use her anywhere. She is a Void Affinity champion. However, I use her in Fire Knights, occasionally in Fire Knights, and I use her always in the arena. So in terms of masteries on this champion, you have a lot of options here. I decided decided this is actually an old mastery build, but Flawless Execution is a great option for her. Just load up that crit damage. It's going to make her hit, obviously, even harder. It works really well on Cruetraxa. You can even go, I mean, heck, you can go Giant Slayer if you're using her for Clan Boss, because she has a 4-hitter on her A1. You can go with Helm Smasher. I think Helm Smasher is a great option for Cruetraxa because her A1 already ignores 50% of defense. You can get a 50% chance of getting an additional 25% ignore on that A1. So it's really up to you guys. Me personally, I'm going with Flawless Execution, but Helm Smasher, I believe, would be a great option for her as well for the arena, depending on what you need. I go with Retribution, have a 50% chance to a counterattack when this champion loses 25% of their max HP from one enemy skill. Retribution does really well on Cruetraxa because, again, her A1 can solo single-handedly kill an enemy, right? It's really, really strong. So there it goes. In terms of artifacts on this champion, I mean, it's a pretty simple champion to build, right? Depending on the gear that you have, it's really going to be the same. If you're using her in arena, you can put immunity gear on her if you want to try to avoid those Torments and Hegemons and stuff like that. If you don't really care, I mean, she's a champion who doesn't necessarily need immunity gear because even her A1 can kill the target, okay? So I would advise just going crit damage, cruel gear, or savage gear. Ignoring another 25% of defense is great on Cruetraxa, or you can just load her up with, again, like I have, just kind of a hodgepodge of 2-set gear, crit damage, crit rate. I like going maybe 2 crit rate sets on this champion, maybe heck even 3 crit rate sets on this champion, and just getting that crit rate high enough to where you can put those crit damage gauntlets on her. Now I have 5-star crit damage gauntlets. I could pick up another 15% on my crit damage if I can get a 6-star crit rate crit damage gauntlets. I don't even know if I have any. I might own 1 pair on my account, but it's not on Cruetraxa. So attack percentage is going to be a great option on your chest, and speed is usually a great option for your boots. This is a rare champion in such that you can put her in attack percentage boots if you can get the speed from other areas on this champion. So for example, if I have a really nice speed banner, I get speed substats on other artifacts on this champion as well. It will kind of free you up because she's probably going to be going last on your team anyway, right? On your arena team, you're going to have your speed booster, your debuffer, your CC champion, and then she goes last. So sometimes you can get away with putting the attack percentage boots on her. It's one of those rare circumstances that we don't talk about a lot here on the channel. So other than that, crit rate, again, highly advise crit damage if you can on the gauntlets, and then we're looking for attack and crit damage and accuracy or attack on the banner. I think I would try to, if I had to redo this champion, I think I would try to put attack on the banner and get the accuracy and maybe the speed, attack on the banner, attack on the boots percentage, and then try to get the speed and the accuracy off other stats if I could, this absolutely like perfect case scenario. However, this banner is actually really solid. It has a 21% attack on the banner with a double roll. Very good for a rare banner, one of my better ones, I guess. So there you have it, guys. In terms of reviewing this champion, again, Fire Knight, she's fantastic. She has that 4-hitter on her A1. She has a revive on death. She has the weaken as well. And her A2 hits hard again. We'll see her in Fire Knight in just a second. Arena offense, there's no way that she's anything but a 5. She's a tremendous champion. In Clan Boss, you can use her. I've seen people using her, I don't know, I guess up to Nightmare. You can use her anywhere, up to anything, but you really have to re-equip her and re-mastery this champion and build her with some more defense as well. So maybe on one of those old Revive on Death comps, you could use Cruetraxa, but I'm going to put her at a 3, which is good for Clan Boss. Maybe a 4 would have been more appropriate, but you know, everywhere other than this, again, affinity is not going to be an issue with this champion. Spider's Den, you could give her a 4 or a 5. I'll give her a 4. I don't see her as S tier personally for the end game in any of these dungeons, other than Faction Wars. She's solid again, but you know, for Faction Wars and for these level 20 dungeons, I'm looking for speed like AoE nukers, or I'm looking for somebody who has a lot of, like, especially for Faction Wars, has some stuns, some defense, and can sustain, can live for a while. I like champions who do damage based on defense. That's just my own personal preference, so for that reason, I'll keep her at a 4 on that rating. So let's go ahead and try her out, guys. Let's go ahead and try her out. But I want to show you her in the arena because that's really where this champion shines. But before we do that, let's go ahead and give her one run in Fire Knight. I just kind of put a random team around her of a Coldheart, an Apothecary, a Stag Knight, and a Lysandra in the lead for that speed boost, and also for the turn meter on her A2. And you'll see how hard she hits here. She has the Revive on Death already on her. She's going to be going, it looks like, last 72,000, and then boom, 15,000 times 4. So really in one turn or 2 turns, she's putting out like 150,000 damage or so, give or take. And again here, this is not, you're going to see way more impressive numbers when we get to the arena here. She's really a champion in Fire Knight who's going to absolutely shine when you get to the Fire Knight himself, right? She's going to be chipping that shield down. That's what makes her so good. And I think you may or may not be surprised with the amount of damage she's able to put out even without any AoE attack. She's a single target hitter and a single target hitter only. So again here, she did most of the damage on this team, and compared to Coldheart, I think she'll be able to hold her own in terms of the big damage dealers here. I think it's going to probably be like Coldheart, Stag Knight, and Cruetraxa coming in third. She might even, Coldheart, Cruetraxa, and then Stag Knight. Heck, it even might be Cruetraxa out-damaging Coldheart depending on how many Heartseekers Coldheart lands to the Fire Knight, or on the Fire Knight, excuse me. So, you know, it's going to be about a 2-minute run here, but it's a very safe run. So that was her A1. She'll go back into her. She should be able to kill both these targets on her next turn. They weren't both up, but there she goes. She's able to, again, deal both of her A2 into her A1. Every single time her A2's on cooldown, boom, you get to go back in to get a bonus A1. And what does that do? You know, obviously this is rather obvious, but every time she uses that extra turn, it also, you know, it takes that cooldown down of the A2 again, right? So it's a really nice kind of synergy, very basic kit, but it's great, you know, and here we go again. Already got the shield down. That's it, you know. I have Apothecary on here, I have a Coldheart on here, and I have a Cruetraxa on this team, all of who have 3 or 4 hits on their A1. So it's a really easy team to get this shield down and keep that shield down. And you can see, again, she's doing decent damage here as well, right? Let's see, right there. So again, what, 15 to 25k damage or so on her A1 per hit, that's times 4, and then boom, 75, lands the weekend, another 50k damage. And again, you know, in terms of overall damage output, we're looking at, if my game loads, okay, there we go. We're looking at, hey, she was the #1 damage dealer, check it out. She out-damaged Stag Knight and Coldheart, despite not having A, an AoE, or B, a, you know, enemy max HP ability such as Coldheart. She did over 1 million, almost 1.1 million damage. So not bad at all. Let's go ahead and show her off in the arena, guys, before we end this video. Nobody's woken up downstairs so far, so that's good. That's good news for me. All right, let's go ahead and just, no, I don't want a tag team here. I'm actually just going to show Classic. Would you guys like me to do a tag team arena video? Or, yeah, just let me know. So this is a good team because they have a Skull Crown on this team. So I'm just going to go ahead and take out Trunda, and we're just going to go ahead and add in Cruetraxa instead. So she's going to be our nuker. A great team, very easy team. When you're playing her in arena, it's she can, although she's a single target, you know, hitter, she can do the job of an AoE because she can kill 2 in 1 turn. So we all die. That's cool. She didn't die. That's cooler. All right, well, you don't win every battle in this game, so I'm not going to pretend that you do. That team was faster than mine. Damn you, Lanicus. What a good highlight to start this video on, right, guys? I'm not going to cut. I don't cut arena matches. So here we go. Let's go against this team here. I have more faith that will be faster than this team, and they have a Rotos. The good thing is she counters the meta, guys, right? Not Lanicus the Chosen when she goes faster than you, but she does counter the meta very well because she can kill Rotos. Let's go ahead. She can kill Skullcrown. All these champions that annoy you guys. So here comes, oh, by the way, I should mention, Madame Ceres and Cruetraxa are both going to be balanced. Madame Ceres is going to be nerfed. Cruetraxa is a big question mark. Have you guys seen any leaks or anything on that data yet? I haven't actually. I've been, like I said, really busy this week, so I haven't had a chance to look into it. But this is the beauty of Cruetraxa here. There's no reviver on this team, so I'm not super scared right now. But obviously, Rotos is going to be dead on her second ability. So I'm going to start with the A2. Let's go ahead and just kill, I don't know. Let's just kill Trunda, because she's really the biggest threat here in terms of damage dealing on the team. So boom, 117,000 damage, and then we go right into the A1, and boom, he's dead as well. So that's the power of having a Cruetraxa on your team. That's why, you know, she's tough to get. I got so lucky. She was one of the first Void Legendary Champions I ever pulled. I think she might have been the second that I ever pulled after Inithui Blood Twin. But I didn't know much about her when I pulled her. I didn't see that many champion guides or reviews on this champion because she's so difficult to get. You know, Void Legendary, again, the most difficult type of champion to get. That makes her one of the most difficult nukers to actually get your hands on in this game. If you're not lucky enough to get her, she can be your arena damage dealer, you know, for life. All right, next up, guys, let's see if we can, I don't know, let's see if we can one-shot Mountain King. So Mountain King, Mausoleum Mage, Arbiter, and Valkyrie. Let's see how we can do against this squad. I mean, that's the ultimate kind of accolade, right? If you can one-shot Mountain King. First, we're going to have to go ahead and get Arbiter killed, right? Because Arbiter obviously will revive the team. So let's go in with the Midnight Ritual. Let's go right into, I think, we would like Cruetraxa to go before Arbiter there. Let's just go with A2, and now she'll go. So let's kill Arbiter, boom, 119,000 damage, not too bad. I can't stand Valkyrie with her shield, but we might be able to kill Mausoleum Mage, even with full health or close to. Here we go, boom, and we do. So that's the power again of Cruetraxa. Now the reflect damage is not going to do anything against Mountain King. Let's try to get turn meter down on Valkyrie, and then let's go into, I'd like to keep the revival up here because there's no block revive on this team, and I could very well lose somebody to either Valkyrie or especially Mountain King. Let's try to land a fear here, and we do on the A1. Let's go turn meter and get right back into, it's all about trying to get back to Cruetraxa here, right? And I don't think she's attacked Mountain King yet. Nope, she hasn't. And now we can kill whoever we choose, I believe. Let's try to get Valkyrie down. There we go. Not too bad. And you guys can see how it's a little bit longer with no AoE, but we're able to turn it on auto from here. And that's the power, again, of Cruetraxa. She's a really, really hard-hitting champion. She's, even in Platinum tier arena, she's still a little bit niche, you know? You still see a lot more AoE, a lot more kind of Trunda out there than you do Cruetraxa right now in the meta. A lot of Foley out there, a lot of Rotos. Rotos is one of those champions that came in. Even though Cruetraxa counters Rotos, a lot of people swap from a champion like Cruetraxa or a Mountain King, went to Rotos when he was released in the game. We'll see after the balance changes kind of what happens in that regard with both, you know, Saris, Mountain King, well, not Mountain King, but Cruetraxa as well, and Rotos. Let's go into a quick tag team arena before we end this video, guys, because, heck, I haven't played tag team yet in a few days here, so we need to get to it. If we want to move to Gold 2, where are you guys in tag team arena? I just want to go ahead and show you. I'm just going to go one run through, excuse me, and I want to. This team at the top here has immunity gear on them, so I'm going to start with. I always try to pair them with the Hegemons or the Torments. Sometimes it's 2. Sometimes it's 3, so kind of screwed in those situations. But the first team here is the Trunda team. Same team that we showed before with Cruetraxa, but with Trunda. And Cruetraxa's on the third team, so we'll just kind of get through this here. I had a higher power than this guy that I'm facing, so I'm confident that it shouldn't be that difficult. Let's go ahead. We can just turn this on auto on this one. They have no revival on the team, and I think that this one's pretty much on lockdown. So battle number 2 will be my all-defensive team. It's still a work in progress, and who knows what they'll do to Siphi. I've seen some leaks, but we don't know for sure yet on the Siphi nerf. So the team 2 is... the team itself is great. It's Razin, Valkyrie, Siphi, and Mountain King. All the champions are based on HP or defense, aside from Siphi. So it's a really, really solid team. I have Siphi built fast, so she can get the block debuffs, the increased defense on, and the increased speed really early off of her A2. But I don't have the best gear on those champions. That's why it's a work in progress, meaning that I just don't have like all my best gear on my account on those champions. So this one has taken a while here. It's tough to get through a Mausoleum Mage and a Torment, but we'll get there eventually. Tag team battles take so long. Now I'm regretting even including this in the video because it's going to put it like over 20 minutes just because of it can take, you know, especially as you get up there, It can take 10 minutes for one tag team, arena battle. This team I can actually put on auto, maybe? Let's see. Ooh, we might be in trouble here. Nah, I don't think we're in trouble, believe it or not. So I can go into the counterattack, or I can go into the turn meter. I'm going to go into the counterattack. Because I don't think that I need... she was one turn away from it. My bad on that. I should have went with Razin on the revival, not the end of the world, though. Let's go with Kill. Let's get rid of her. Dude, Mountain King, man. You're letting me down, dude. You're letting me down. We're going to lose this one. That's unfortunate. Like I said, work in progress, right? And Mountain King's not going to be able to hold his own here against this squad. I don't know what happened when I was on auto at the very beginning, but wasn't good. Anyway, let's go into this third team here. So I have Prince Kaimar in lead, Lysandra as my booster. And then I have Brachus and Cruetraxa as kind of a 1-2 combo to deal all the damage. I don't have a defense down on this team. I do have the weaken. I have True Fear, and 2 champions with weaken, Cruetraxa and Brachus. But I don't need it because these guys hit so hard. So we'll go after Seeker first. We don't kill him. Unfortunate. Let's see. Well, I know that we can... I guess it doesn't really matter. I think I got this on easy lockdown no matter what. Let's kill Ethos here. And then let's finish off Seeker, and then it will be 2 versus 4. I can steal turn meter from... I'm going to assume Jack has a lower resistance. Seal of Magic. And the beautiful thing about combining a champion like Cruetraxa and Prince Kaimar is I can just reset the abilities. That's why I kind of love the synergy between these champions. Plus, if I put everybody to sleep with Prince Kaimar on this team, I can... Cruetraxa is just a single... Cruetraxa and Brachus, neither of them are AoE champions, so I'm not waking up the other champions. So Sleep is actually, in that regard, an underrated ability for the arena as long as you don't have AoE nukers with your Sleep champions that you have on your team. So the second team didn't get the job done, by far the most powerful team in terms of power on my account. But the other 2 teams, the speed teams, did get the job done. So there you have it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this guide of Cruetraxa. Let me know what champion you want to see. I think most of you know most of my champions by now, but I will show you guys, in case it's the first time that you've watched or you haven't watched it in a while, I will show you guys my champion collection really quickly here. Let me move myself over. So, yeah, we're stacking up some legendaries now. I've done guides on maybe about half of these legendary champions, maybe a little bit more. I more recently got champions like Alton and like, who the heck did I get recently? Blind Seer I kind of did a semi-guide on. Mashalet I got recently. Haven't done a guide on him yet. And then we have a ton. There's a bunch of other champions I haven't done guides on either. I haven't done a Foley. I haven't done a Shiramani. A bunch of epics here. I've probably only done guides on about, I don't know, half of them or so. So if there's a champion that you are dying to see, or any other epic or rare champion in the game that you really want to see a guide on, let me know in the comments below, and I will try my best to do that. If you don't see I have most of the epic. I have every epic in the game except for probably one of the best epics. 2 actually. I don't have Sky Touched Shaman. Although I don't think she's one of the best, but she's really cool. And I don't have Sepulchral Sentinel, who I do think is one of the best. Anybody other than that, rare or epic, I can build out and do a guide on for you guys. Thank you so much for watching until the end of this video. I appreciate each and every one of you, and as always, take care, guys.